Hi guys, welcome to Reality with T. So I'm gonna talk about Yara and Jovi, 90 Day Fiance episodes 13 and 14. So we see Yara on the swamp tour with Jovi. And if you have ever been to New Orleans, if you ever get out there, take the swamp tour. It's a lot of fun. When I went out there, I was able to hold a baby alligator, and we saw big old alligators jumping out of the swamp and grabbing like meat. It was dope. Like it was so dope. And I learned so much history. Like we had the best tour guide. So I would take the swamp tour if you ever get out there. It's a good experience. So, Jovi, she's talking about how Jovi is doing so much better. She's having a good time. You know what I mean? And she's having fun and she just looks beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I believe they went to like the Mardi Gras activities and she's like really enjoying New Orleans now. So we see her go wedding dress shopping with Jovi's mom. And it's so dope because they're going to Vegas. So it's like a sequency, like nice kind of, like a upscale dress, but still like partyish, and it's really like the dresses she's trying on are so pretty, and she has a nice body, so they fit her so nicely. And mom sees her and she's like, "You're beautiful," but she kind of gets sad in the moment. And and Yara's like, "Why are you upset?" And she's like, "Well, I'm just sad that I won't be there. Like somebody's actually gonna marry my son, and I won't even be able to be there." So then Yara says, "Listen, I don't want you to be sad. You can go." And she really has been, the relationship between her and mom has been getting better, and she doesn't want to make them sad, so she invites them. And I guess at some point she said, "You can invite your mom and dad and just a couple of your friends." So then we see, I guess they were leaving the hospital. Yara slipped and fell on her back, and the hospital told her that she and the baby were fine. So but I guess she's a little shaken up. So because of this, Jovi was really nice, and he said, "I'm supposed to have my bachelor party, but I won't go out because you're not feeling well." You know what I mean? So, and this is the night before there's to head out to Vegas, like at 6 in the morning. And so she says, "Listen, you go to the bachelor party for a little while." First she says an hour and a half. He's like, "That makes no sense." Then she says 2.5 hours. She says, "Be home by 11, 2.5 hours, and don't drink. Don't come home drunk." He's like, "I have to drink a little." She's like, "Don't come home drunk, right?" So, they go out to Bourbon Street, they get their hand grenades, they head to like his favorite strip club, and it's just two of the friends. And so one friend, by the time they get to the front of the strip club, the one friend is like, "Well, guys, I'm not doing strip clubs anymore. I'm not at that point in my life. I'm a husband, I have kids. This really isn't for me. Jovi, when you get to that point, you'll see where I'm coming from, but this really isn't for me. So it's just interesting how they always hype up Jovi, like, "Oh, strip club life, do this," and that's like they want to do the bad thing. But like this one friend, he's like, "No, I'm over that stage." So why are you pumping? Why haven't you sat down with Jovi and say, "Listen, it's time to mature to this level"? It's almost like they want to see him screw up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt like they were always hating on him, like especially when they threw him under the bus to Yara, at the engagement party. So they have like 8 hours before the flight, and I guess the friends are also gonna, leave with them. And you see him and his friend Cass in the strip club together, and there's a stripper on his lap, which I'm already giving a side eye. Like, I mean, I guess that's what happens there, but like, why you on his lap? You know what I mean? I can see if you could watch, throw money, whatever, but like, I don't know, you're getting a little too close. But whatever, she sent him to the strip club. I guess that's what they do. And so his friend, I put in quotes, Cass, is like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay for you to take him upstairs." I thought upstairs was like the champagne room or the boom boom room. And that's where you go and like you get a private dance, but it leads to something more. Like I didn't understand why he had to send him upstairs the night before his wedding. I I don't know. That's just what I thought. Let me know. Like I thought that's where you take it further than the lap dance, but maybe not. And so he's like, "No, you're gonna go upstairs," and the whole thing. So he got his private dance. He comes back and says, "I got the dance, but I didn't touch her." Okay, all right. I'll take his word for it, right? He seems to be doing better, right? So we got home at about 1:30. Remember, he was supposed to be home at about 11:30. So he is kind of not that smart because he came in making all this noise, waking her up. He could have just tiptoed in and packed his stuff and got into bed. But he woke her up and she's like, "Oh my God, you're drunk, you're late, you're this and that." I mean, even though 1:30 isn't that bad, she's upset because it's like, think about me sometime. You know what I mean? Like, you said you would be home early. You said you wouldn't be drunk. And I don't think that he was really drunk, but he drank. You know what I mean? And, he just kind of, she's like, "Go pack. We have to leave in like 5 hours." And he's like, "Pack now?" He has nothing packed. She's over him. He just kind of climbs in bed with his jeans, and she's like, "Get out the bed, like." you know, you have those jeans on in a strip club. Like, don't come bring that stuff in the bed. I understand what she's saying. Like, come on, that's mad nasty. And basically, like, he's just saying, I need to sleep. And she's just pissed off, right? So now she's still pissed off in the airport. And she's also upset that he invited like all of his friends. Remember, she didn't want this to be a big wedding because her family and friends can't be there. So it's like, I don't want to just have a celebration for your friends. If my parents and them can't be here, let's just keep it so nobody's parents are there, you know, which I understood. And, you know, basically she's like, it makes me look bad because you and your friends are out partying and everything. They don't know I'm pregnant. I'm not drinking and partying with you guys. So it makes me look like I'm a stick in the mud, you know? Like, why doesn't she loosen up? But we haven't told them that I'm pregnant, you know? So, you know, his friend calls him on the phone, and the friend, I think it's Cass, is probably like, listen, you know, I'm gonna meet you at the airport, and the bar opens at 5:30 a.m. Let's go grab a drink. And he's kind of like, I don't think I can do that right now, because remember, Yara is like giving it to him. But it's like, damn, you have to drink at 5:30 a.m. in the airport. I mean, I guess maybe before a flight, but that's just, I don't know. I can't do it, but. You know, she doesn't want to talk to him. She says, like, she wants to be first in his life. You know what I mean? It's not just about your friends and drinking and all that kind of stuff. Like, going into our marriage and our wedding, I want to know that I'm first in your life. And, you know, she didn't care. She said she didn't care about the bachelor party. It's his behavior that's the issue. How he treats her, that's the issue. You know what I mean? And she told the producers at the end, like, I think I might want to go home, like, back to the Ukraine. I don't even know if I want to do this, you know? So, I don't know. And then quickly, because, you know, I don't spend too much time on them, we have Tarik and Hazel. You know, let me see. So Tarik is still upset, you know, that he's into Minty and, you know, he's calling her, etc. And, you know, he's getting defensive, and she's asking, well, why are you so defensive if you're not into her? And he's like, because you're accusing me of something that I'm not doing, which I understand. I can't stand when people are like, why are you so defensive if you're not guilty? Because you're accusing me of something I didn't do. I get that, like, whatever. So basically, there's no communication from Hazel to him. Like, she hasn't talked to him in days. She doesn't trust him. And, you know, we see Tarik as he's trying on his suit, talk to his friend, and the friend is like, come on, Tarik, are you serious? It's almost like he's just kind of like, you know that you can't have these exes. He's talking to Minty and another ex-friend from the Philippines, and the guy is like, delete their numbers. Like, you know you can't go into a marriage like this. She cannot trust you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of just like, this is common sense, but I also feel like Tarik enjoys the attention that he's getting from all these women. You know what I mean? Whether they're in a different country or not, he doesn't want to cut them off because they're feeding his ego, you know? So even as corny as it is, that's why he wants to keep it going. You know what I mean? I also am wondering, is he not so into Hazel? Like, okay, she's pretty enough, but she doesn't have much personality. And Tarik seems like so upbeat and animated and excited. You know, he's like a really fun-loving guy. I think that I could see him more with Minty or whoever else than somebody, because Hazel's just so, like, her energy is so down. She has, like, no emotion in her face, just a stoic look and attitude all the time. Like, I wonder if he's not even just into her. You know, it's like, okay, great. She said that she'll take care of my daughter. She's whatever. You know, putting her in a better situation than she was in. But I don't see it for them. I don't really see the attraction there, or I don't know. Let me see. Notes all over the place. And then we see Tarik come back, and he's like brushed over the bald spot. No, we can still see that bald spot. Just cut it a little bit lower, Tarik, right? But after talking to his friend, he realizes that he needs to apologize to Hazel. So he decides to go ahead and do like a romantic night for her where he has the flowers and candles, and he apologizes several times, gets on one knee. I think he re-proposes to her, which is what she needed. And I think he needs to keep telling her that, because she doesn't trust you. You know what I mean? Like, you're still talking to these other girls and we're about to get married in a couple weeks. So, you know, he also addresses the whole polyamory thing at the end. He's like, I'm realizing moving forward that I'm gonna have to let her find a girlfriend. It's gonna be less about me finding somebody that I like. It's gonna be Hazel finding somebody that she wants. And I think that he thinks they're gonna be like in a polyamorous relationship, but I think Hazel's too jealous for that. I think she just wants a girlfriend on the side to herself. So it'll be like two young girls, because she's way younger than him, just like living in the house, frolicking around, joking and giggling, having a relationship, and then he will get a part of Hazel when he does. You know what I mean? Which, if he's cool with that, then good for him. But I don't think that Hazel, the end plan isn't for Hazel to be with him and somebody else. It's really to be with a girl that she feels comfortable with, and Tarik is giving her the opportunity to do that. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Thank you.